Pharma Bro is a documentary I watched on Amazon Prime. I think you can only watch it there. But this is about a filmmaker, documentary guy who stalked Martin Shkreli. And I say stalked because this documentary is very shallow. It basically is about a man who follows Martin Shkreli around, lives in his building, and basically gets shots of him going to the elevator, and who watches a lot of his podcasts, I guess. Martin Shkreli, if you didn't know, he was the Pharma Bro. He's known as the sort of supervillain of the real world because he raised the price of a life-saving pill that cost $13 a pill to $750, and a lot of people couldn't afford it anymore. And when confronted about this, he just laughed in people's faces because we find out in this documentary that he's a bit of a person who sort of revels in conflict and attention. So you do get a little bit of more of a genuine look on who he is as a person, because the documentary person was able to get interviews with ex-girlfriends, his friends, but also the documentary feels a little bit skewed because, it's like when you only do, interviews with his lawyer or his friends or his ex-lovers, they're going to have nice things to say probably. And so it's like, interviewing Ted Bundy's parents, they're going to be like, oh, he's innocent. So it doesn't feel like he offers too much, but you get to find out more about him as a person. He's basically very intelligent. He's good at math. But he also likes to, he loves negative attention. He's the type of person where if you called him an evil human being, he'd laugh in your face and be like, ah, ha, ha, what are you going to do about it, punk? So someone who has no tact or filter like that made it worse for himself to the point where they locked him up for 7 years. So, but the thing that doesn't make this documentary very good is that it doesn't feel legit because the documentary guy never got a sit-down interview with him and never got that intimate, close look. He's always like, he never really got. He just got footage of him walking around like his building and stuff like that, or it's all footage from his live streams. So, I mean, the documentary is well shot. There's lots of cool, soundtracks. There's lots of cool shots of like dolly movements, some interviews with some reporters that he had beef with. But overall, it's a very shallow sort of look at the topic. It's not much very informative. It's only like very piecemeal. It doesn't feel like it's like an actual thing. There's other documentaries that do the same thing. There's one, I forget the name. It's a Korean documentary on Netflix about a man investigating a man who's created a slush fund, but that is an entire like 90-minute documentary where nothing happens because the guy never like got the guy. So yeah, it feels kind of like that documentary where nothing really happens. You don't get much insight because it's like not all there. So I give Pharma Bro a 4 out of 10.